What is authentic to you? What comes to you naturally? What are your aches? What are your pet peeves? What are your desires? What do you love? What do you hate? Who are you? For the past years that I've been on the internet, I've been exploring, learning, and navigating through the universe of social media. Whether that's on the internet or not, we look at people of influence and we wonder, we say all manner of things about them. So many things we have to say. Meanwhile, there is so much that we could do better, so much that we see better, that we are not doing anything. So after you compare yourself, instead of getting up and doing better, you fall into condemnation. This has literally kept us bound in our own homes, in our own minds. Condemnation is not allowing yourself to be free because you did something, whether it's in the past, whether it's 2 minutes ago, whether it's a second ago. What if we no longer tolerated condemnation? What if we were free? Free to express ourselves, free to speak, free to be ourselves. What if we would stop condemnation and we would stop comparison? What if we stop comparing ourselves to all the different people that we meet in this multiverse, in this universe of social media? What if we could go to God boldly, immediately after we make a mistake? What if we could open up to God about anything because we feel so safe around Him and we feel absolutely no sense of rejection? We feel absolutely no reason that He will not receive us or accept us. Can you imagine having a cup of water and somebody else comes and pours wine into your water, or alcohol into your water, or juice into your water, and it's your cup, but they have control over your cup? And I'm pretty sure if it's a cup, you would definitely be angry. So why do we let the enemy and other people come into our mind and control what we do and how we live our lives? Sometimes I wonder, how do we be free? Condemnation kills. Condemnation kills someone who is alive, who is breathing, eating, sleeping, doing all the things that we do in this very physical world. Condemnation can kill someone mentally, spiritually, and yet still there with us every day, physically. The fact that you can't let go of that thing that you did 2 minutes ago, 2 months ago, a week ago, a year ago, barely even questioning, who am I now? Who am I supposed to be now? So many of us live in condemnation. And that condemnation often leads us to just live life without any purpose, without any end goal, without any desire, without freedom. If you're condemned, you cannot be free. Slowly but surely, the devil, who knows much more than us because we perish because of lack of knowledge, he leads us into comparison. He leads us into comparing ourselves. Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison will literally take away your joy. And I have experienced it in my own life on multiple occasions. Because truth be told, nobody really teaches us how to navigate through these things, Many of us didn't have spiritual parents to train us in the way that we should go. And that's understandable, but at the end of the day, accountability is ours. It's our responsibility. And there is nothing that you can say that will give you a reason for not getting better. You can try to blame everybody that you want, but eventually You're gonna be locked up in that room by yourself, and it's just gonna be you, and nobody else can get that blame. You can't blame nobody else. You can't blame anyone else but yourself. When you're looking at yourself with your eyes closed, notice what I said there. Looking at yourself with your eyes closed. What do you tell yourself? You can't play the blame game forever. Comparison will literally tell you that what they are doing is better than what you can do. Comparison will literally fool you into thinking what you are doing is not producing results like them. So don't even try to figure it out. Don't even try to find who you are. Don't even try to find out what it is that you can do. Because you don't matter. Comparison tells you that you don't matter. And you listen. What does that person do that makes you less than? You absolutely must not compare yourself to anyone. You don't know people's stories. Many people don't show you the rawness of life. A lot of we live in this world where everything has to be polished and everything has to look visually pleasing, aesthetically pleasing, to where we even build content and routines. Everyone is trying to live an aesthetic life. Everyone is trying to live an aesthetic life or try to look on the internet at people's lives in its most aesthetic way, while in their home is not in order, but they come on the internet hoping to find someone that can show them an aesthetic, while they sit in bed feeling worthless, and they have purpose as well, but they never took the time to find out who they are, to understand themselves and search themselves. They never took up the role, so somebody had to fill it in. What is supposed to happen when you are not taking up your role in society? What is a person supposed to do? What do you suggest people do? You're supposed to be teaching, and yet so here you are listening to a bunch of other people talk to you about nonsense, when in your heart you know that I don't agree with this, but how do I show people that this is not right? You prefer to let people live in that and not say anything and go back to your shell. Do you know you were never meant to live in a shell? Shell, in other words, is bondage. Shell, in other words, is condemnation. So after you compare yourself, instead of getting up and doing better, you fall into condemnation. Now, action is up to all of us to take. Anyone could take action. Anyone could be. Anyone can become. Everyone has a purpose. There is nothing wrong with being inspired by others and learning from others. But there is every absolute thing wrong with you not fulfilling your purpose. Everything is wrong with that. Especially if you don't know your Lord and Savior. Especially if you're gonna end this world and just go to hell. What a waste. Nobody is perfect. We need to learn to let go. Learn to be free. We need to learn to be free. We need to learn to be free.